everybody. Welcome to, I guess, the first episode, but not really the first episode. Bad Takes After Dark.
You can see it's actually not dark yet, but it'll be after dark in about 20 minutes.
It'll be after dark, yeah, probably in about 20 or 30 minutes here. But once we start reading this document, it's gonna get pretty dark, pretty emo. Welcome back.
Pretty sick.
Welcome to Bad Takes After Dark. Joined by my beautiful, handsome, gorgeous friend. Cuckold. Blaine the king. Blaine the man.
What's my last name?
I almost did because I'm just
Blaine, what you rubbing it on, right?
How you doing, my
Blaine Jason Brody.
My beautiful
Derek
man.
the third. I'm good.
Yeah, you live
just finished like 3 midterms. I had 3 midterms in a row, like 3 days in a row I had a midterm. And today's my first day off, so I've just been fucking nothing.
And now you're excited to record, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited, dude. Oh my god, I can't wait to read about Sonichu.
Sonichu. Well, this is part 1 of probably a 3-parter of because there is a lot.
He three's a lot, dude.
There is a lot about the main woman, they, them of Kristen Weston Chandler. That's
Goblins have genders.
Orc. So how much do you know about Chris Chan?
All I know is that he has that stupid fucking chain. I know that. I know he like raped his disabled mother or something. And like that's pretty much, and that he's ugly as fuck, or they, or it, or Orc. I know Orc Self is ugly as shit.
Orc Self.
So that's
Goblin Self.
That's all I got.
That's all you know. Then you're in for a fucking treat,
dude. That is some shit that like orcs would do. Like you'd be like, you know, like Scandinavia, they'd be like, so orc comes at night and rapes the disabled elderly people
while wearing a chain of Sonichu.
While wearing the chain.
Oh, dude, I'm excited.
You keep hitting the coke, man. What's that?
Oh no, this is from fucking Thailand. It's the have you ever had here we have them differently. They're Vapo inhalers. You know Vapo inhalers?
Oh yeah, you used to rip one of those a lot.
This is exactly the same thing, but this is like a natural remedy or whatever. This has like let's see.
Get those, you know, the Juji Mufu smelling salts that like Joe Rogan always uses.
Yeah, I love those.
He's like, smell this. The guy just like,
what's inside of it? It's like menthol and like herbs and shit.
I apologize. I'm gonna be coughing a little bit. I was sick a few days ago, so I'm still.
What did you have?
A little bit coffee. I don't even know. It was really weird. It was like my throat was like really like painful, and like my lymph nodes were like swollen as shit, and I had like no other symptoms, and like a tiny cough.
And you're relieving that with some alcohol.
Yeah. Well, no. Right now I am, because I'm in my hot boy era. You know, I'm done my midterms.
You are in your hot boy era. What is that? A Miller Lite?
I get a bit raises after one Miller Lite.
A Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Roll it out.
Midterm.
No, my roommates had this. They went to like a gala thing.
Oh, nice.
I'm alone here like a little chud reading about Sonichu.
Like, you guys have to go. I have to read about Sonichu.
They literally pretty much happened.
Really?
This like one of my roommate's girlfriends was like she was there and she's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just gonna rot.
Babe, it's work.
I'm doing something really important, so
I'm doing
you wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand like how important my job is. Like I got work to do, honey. All right. I can't afford to.
Yeah. Anyway, where's the rape part? I gotta get to reading. So
what do you know about Chris Chan?
You should ask her that. What do you know about Chris Chan? She's like, who? And yeah, that's why I'm the podcaster.
Are you an expert on orc physiology?
Let's just jump, I guess, right into it. This is the history of Chris Chan part 1. This is only going to cover from 1980 to 2008. So 30 years. 30 years? 20 years. 20 years. I'm dumb. My bad, G.
28 years.
almost 30 years. Sorry, I'm out of it right now. How do you want to do this? Do you want to read one? I read one. You read one. I read one, kind of thing, or like, what do you want to do?
I'm down. So like, what do we? How are we going through this?
from top to bottom. So you see there's page 1. Okay, so I'm gonna show a picture on screen right now. This is what he used to look like on the left, and this is what he looks like now. So then and now.
Hey, sorry. This is what he dead name used to look like on the left.
Dead name. Yeah,
this is what Orc Self live name now looks like.
Orc Self. So these are the foundation years. This is chapter 1, 1980 to 1989. You want to read first, or you want to read first?
I just want to say, like, the fact that you can grow up in like the 80s, which is like the best generation to ever grow up, and be like this fucked up is so sad. Like, dude, the 80s were like literally the best year you could have been born. I feel like
the exact same way. I feel like you're just like, you're hanging out. You're like, yo, you want to
go
go
cameras. There's no like
riding
garbage
around all day. There's
by the time you're 30, it's like the tech boom, and you could get like an expensive ass job, like doing weird shit. Like,
yeah, but this guy got an expensive ass job being a rapist.
Well, it's expensive for the state keeping him in prison.
So then and now.
Is this an external link you want me to click?
If you want to, sure. It's,
okay, I see him.
It's
there's just pictures. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Within the what?
I say, did he transition? Like, did they try? Like, they look the exact same.
Yeah.
Like, if they're trying, like, they just look the exact same with the long hair.
Within the vast and unsettling landscape of internet culture, very few figures have captured the collective fascination quite like Chris Chan, now known as Christine Weston Chandler, or Kristen Weston Chandler.
Chandler style fries.
And originally born as Christopher Weston Chandler, otherwise known as a lol cow, essentially meaning someone who is easily baited, gullible, and milked for laughs on the internet. Chris Chan is regarded as the most documented man on the internet. That's a fact. Actually, probably the most documented man, they, them, on the internet. This is a story that spans nearly 3 decades, chronicling the transformation of a troubled but relatively ordinary child into a phenomenon that would define internet culture itself. To tell that story, we need to begin at the start. I'm going to read the next one, or do you want to just read the next one? I
can jump in here, yeah. Despite providing endless entertainment for millions online, Chris Chan's story transcends mere mockery. It's a complex case study of untreated autism, social isolation, odd family dynamics, yeah, you can say that again, obsession, and the cruel intersection of mental health struggles with public scrutiny, predominantly in a decade that was less politically correct and understanding than it currently is. What makes Chris unique isn't just the bizarre nature of the many documented events, but the sheer volume and detail of the documentation itself. Thousands of hours of video content, pages of texts, emails, legal documents, and artistic creations, all perfectly preserved by both Chris and his observers. Undoubtedly, this unnatural amount of fixation on the internet has made Chris into a cornerstone of mid to late 2000s internet subculture.
Our story begins February 24th, 1982, at Martha Jefferson Hospital in Charlottesville, Virginia. Christopher Weston Chandler entered the world at around.
Why is that a hyperlink?
Oh yeah, you can look into it. There's some.
Okay, it's just his baby. Okay.
Baby photos and all that kind of stuff. I will. By the way, if you guys listening want to follow along, this document will be in the description down below. So if you want to watch and follow along, you are more than welcome to. Christopher Weston Chandler entered the world at around 5:30 in the morning to parents Robert Franklin Chandler Jr., known as Bob, 55 years old, and Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, called Barb, 40. For the 1980s, these were remarkably advanced parental ages, and both had previous marriages behind them. Bob had divorced his wife, Patricia, in 1976, while Barbara had ended her marriage to Jerry Harmon 2 years later in 1978. Look on screen. These are what they look like. They're beautiful. They look so... Dude, for the 1980s? Come on, you tell me you want to tap that?
I'm gonna say right now, if Bob was born in the 1980s, that's what he looked like too. Like, that is literally just Bob.
That looks actually just like Bob. The same fucking receding hairline. The same
surprisingly, like his nose. That's Bob, dude.
The newborn was brought home to the family's residence in Ruckersville, a small community in Greene County, Virginia. From the very beginning, the Chandler household operated somewhat outside conventional norms. Bob, an electrical engineer working at General Electric, and Barbara.
I take back my Bog statement. Not Bob anymore.
And Barbara, who worked in secretarial services, approached parenting with an unusual combination of overprotection and heavy documentation. Even in those early months, they were photographing and recording their son's development with an eagerness that would later seem prophetic. So this is what he looks like. Bro, 1982. Look at him, dude. Christopher Weston Chandler.
He looks big. He looks like a fat ass baby.
Dude, yeah. How much do you think he fucking weighed here?
Dude, yeah, probably like 80 pounds. This guy
right out the womb.
This dude, look at the picture of him with his mom. He's like almost the size of his mom's entire torso, dude, and he's a baby.
He is huge.
Like that's like he's like 3'5" as a baby.
God damn, Christopher Weston Chandler. According to Chris's own later accounts, he allegedly spoke his first word in April 1982 at just 2 months old. Monkey. Though this is agreed by followers as being highly unlikely and probably due to misremembering details and family mythology.
Can I talk about the abusive babysitter incident?
Yeah, of course, dude.
The abusive babysitter incident in 1983. The first major crisis in young Christopher's life came in August 1983 when he was just over a year old. Chris would later claim that this was when an abusive babysitter named Roach... Why would you let a guy named Roach babysit your kids? Named Roach.
No, it was a girl.
Locked him in a dark... Okay, that's even worse. Locked him in a dark room after he interrupted a phone conversation. An experienced he blamed for starting his autism. Yeah, that's how it works. Despite the fact that autism is a genetic neurological condition that cannot be instigated by trauma. The incident appears to have been genuinely traumatic and may have exacerbated existing or previously unknown symptoms.
Autism. Roach.
Whatever the exact details of what occurred, the aftermath was severe, and Christopher stopped speaking entirely and remained mute for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
My God. Whoa, wait. All that happened was he got locked in a dark room, and he went mute for 6 years.
Yeah, dude. Imagine you're like, oh, I want to take this thing, and your mom's like, no, go to the corner, and then you just don't speak for 6 years, and you're like, my mom molested me.
If anyone normal was like that level, like I mean, maybe he got like abused or like actually abused, but like locked in a dark room is all it says. If anyone was that level of like normal person was like that, like no, everyone would just be like in a vegetative state forever because they got picked on when they were like 11 in school one time. They're like, I literally can't function anymore. I'm mute. Imagine, dude, he said monkey. He said monkey in April. Else. And then like within the next year, he was like just
mute. He was like, for 6 years, he said monkey at 2 months old. Do you think, okay.
2 months? Wait, he's 2 months old? Yeah, there's no fucking
chance. What was your first word?
Dude, I was actually like unironically slow as a kid. Like I couldn't like.
When did you start walking? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I started walking when I was, maybe I'm misremembering. I think I was like 1 or 1.5 or something like that. Is that fucking slow?
I was like 3 or 4 when I started like actually walking.
Yeah. So you still have diapers on, right? Like you still wear diapers now? The silent years
like, do you have smell-o-vision?
You may continue reading, my friend.
Okay. The silent years that followed were challenging for the entire family. Chris was officially diagnosed with autism by specialists at some point in his early childhood. Bob, who was accustomed to engineering problems with clear solutions, struggled to understand his son's condition. Meanwhile, Barbara threw herself into researching autism and pursuing various treatments. The family made regular trips to James Madison University for speech therapy, where young Christopher met Joshua Martinez, who became his first real friend. During these years...
What's so funny? What's so funny, dude?
He just doesn't speak for 7 years. Get like finally makes a friend, just calls him a monkey. During these years, Christopher's autism.
He's like,
monkey.
His first words.
Christopher's autism manifested in typical ways. He was nonverbal, engaged in repetitive behaviors, and showed intense focus on specific interests.
It's like you, dude.
His parents?
Do you think you have autism too?
Slightly. Probably not. Not enough to be diagnosed with it. Not enough to be diagnosed with it.
No,
his parents noted that he would squeal frequently and could be difficult to manage. Behaviors that caused him considerable stress. What?
Squeal.
Monkey. Monkey. Christmas celebrations became particularly important in the Chandler family, or household, with Christopher receiving an abundance of toys each year. The amount of gifts suggests his parents' approach to managing Christopher's condition through acquiring material objects. In 1987, Bob retired from General Electric and began to experience health issues in his old age. What? I'm sorry. They were 40 when they had him in 1982.
Yeah.
So he's 45 and he's having old age health complications. At 45. This guy fucking chain smoker.
We will see more of that. Dude, it's gonna be good, man. You're gonna love this.
He wrote Chris a letter expressing his desires and dreams for the young boy.
Do you wanna so this is just a
Is it just a quote?
This is just a small part from the actual letter. The letter is pretty long.
Okay.
If you hit that hyperlink, and you go to expand on the letter from 1987.
Oh, I see it.
Here we go.
You want me to read this? Okay, you read this thing.
Yeah, I can start it.
I gotta run to the washroom, so you can read this and I'll be back in like literally 1 minute.
Okay, sounds good. To Christopher Weston Chandler from your daddy. Started December 26th, 1987. The reason for this open letter, to which will grow as time goes on, is that I know now that I, at best, haven't much time left to share with you, to share myself with you. Particularly to share my things, my dreams, and my thoughts with you at a time of the future when you will be able to understand, remember to use my things, and carry on my dreams. If you want to. Hopefully you will grow much older together. I will probably be rambling until I drive you to distraction. But just bear with me, because I will get to the point sooner or later. I hope I have been able to provide for you and your mother until you at least get to college, and for your mother until she joins me at the great sing-along in the sky or wherever. Anyway, I expect you to take care of her, love her, and never disappoint her for as long as she lives. I expect you to never disappoint me, because I will always be with you to help you when the going gets tough and you need me. Since everything always seems to happen for the best for me, and when I needed it, I have always felt like my mother was my guardian angel. You look exactly like my mother and I. I didn't
What?
What?
I just came back like my mother and I.
Oh, yeah, I was reading like an old man. I'm on. I just am starting the second paragraph. I didn't plan my life. Yeah. I just took it as it came along. I seemed to have had no control over it. It always came along with what was right for me. Look at me 8 years ago in 1979, when I was really down and out. No friendship from Alan and Carol, and ready to cash in my chips with heart problems that I didn't even know about. Your mother, Barbara Ann, helped me through the rough spots, and together, we had you, Christopher Weston Chandler. Now, I really had something to live for. No better things or events could have happened to me. We have come a long way in the last 8 years. Together, we have built a whole new life with an exciting set of dreams. I also expect you to never disappoint yourself. If you think you are at a dead end if you think you are at a dead end at something you are trying to do, just stand back. And if it is meant to be, an answer or break will appear. Just remember, there are many sides to a mountain and many ways to climb it, Blaine. If you get stopped, back off, regroup, and try yet another way. If you are still not successful, then quit. Maybe it is not meant to be. Accept it as experience and go after something else for a while. If it is meant to be, having it on the back burner simmering for a while is not bad. It will pop up again, and the way to attain it will be there. Everything in its time. Your mother and I have done our best for you, and in return, we expect at least that from you, for yourself and your children. I will be talking about a lot of things in no particular order. I won't always spell words right or have the best sentence structure, but then, I'm an electrical engineer, not an English major. As a matter of fact, English was my worst subject. I'm going to try to write this just as if I'm talking to you face to face. Anytime you care to read this, all of the physical objects and things I have will talk about. Your mother, Barbara, or your Aunt Harriet? Holy shit, I have never heard that name. That is so 19...
Harriet Tubman?
Yeah, I guess so, but what? 19... Bro, this is 1980 name. It's crazy. It's from like 1950s. Like, that name is so old.
Yeah, but like there's still like oldish names they're using nowadays. What
do you think the most used name nowadays is?
First or last?
First name.
Well, I know what both of them are.
Do you actually?
I think it's Muhammad. Not even a joke. Not in Canada, but in the world, it's Muhammad, I'm pretty sure. Or it might be like, the last name might be like Singh or something. Like one of the really common Indian ones. It's not funny, bro.
Will keep for you until you are ready for them. If you don't think you will ever need some of them or don't want some of them, don't waste them. Try to do something with them that you and your mother think I would do. Recycle them back into the world for the world to use. After all, remember, we are only the custodians for a while. And what is one man's junk is another man's treasure. Okay, so here I go. Enough of the preamble. If you are still with me, turn the page. You may have the next part.
Zhang Wang is the most common name in the world.
Is it actually?
Full name is it's Zhang Wang. Most common last name is it Wang? Zhang Wang? What is it? Yeah, Wang is the most common last name. Muhammad is the most common first name. The most common combination name is Zhang Wei.
Zhang spelled Xian?
No, Zhang, like Z,
oh,
Z-A-N-G. Zhang. Yeah.
I thought you said Zan.
Dan? Yeah.
Dan.
Lil Xan? Dude, Lil Xan is the most common rapper.
Do you want me to keep reading?
Yeah, this is a lot.
Okay. Well, Christopher, one of my actions that I regret most when I was a young man, sometime in the late 1940s, I think, I was entrusted with my grandfather's straight razor by means of his last will and testament, and I carelessly misused it and broke it, trying to use it as a screwdriver. I found out later that my grandfather Holloman had specifically wanted me to have it because it had been very personal to him, and he wanted me to have something of his that had been very personal to him, something that he had used every day. Well, I still have that broken razor of his, and I still carry the burden of carelessly, with no concern, breaking it. I know that I would never use it to shave with. I knew that I would never use it to shave with, but it was my one personal bond with him, and I still feel like I betrayed his trust by carelessly and thoughtlessly misusing and breaking it. Maybe that razor did have a purpose greater than anything my grandfather and I ever dreamed of. For it is because of my grandfather's razor that I am writing this open letter to you. I hope... Jesus. I got a little boogie in my nose. Poop that, where is it? Poop that, where did I end?
I hope you'll not carelessly.
I hope that you will not carelessly misuse, waste, or destroy the value of many things I have collected for you. Do not be in such a hurry to use, play, or work with these things. Okay, so I don't know if I want to just read the entire thing. He's just pretty much saying like, here's what I have. I have books, I have movies, I have ships, I have dreams. I'll read the last one though. My father had a second married life, much as I did. And just as you have half brothers and half sisters, I have a large number of half brothers and sisters in Salem, North Carolina, where my father is buried. I have another notebook full called This Is My Working Life, which you might find interesting as to how I spent the 40 years of the working part of my life from high school graduation in 1945 to my retirement in 1987. I have the first and only Scout handbook that belonged to my mother's half brother, Dr. John James Holloman Jr. So the whole family has. So the dad definitely has autism too, right? Like you can just tell by reading this.
He's an engineer, but also this fucking guy retired at 45.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane, dude. I hate the world.
You hate the world. This book started me on the road to becoming an Eagle Scout and a Scout Master. More about this in my memoirs. You will get this book as well. You will get this book as as well as all of my Scout books, Scout badges, and my dreams for you as a Boy Scout. Okay. Cool. You can continue reading the next part where it's like in this long letter from the main document.
In this long letter, it's revealed to Chris that their family's obsessions with hoarding and collecting material items stems from childhood poverty. He shares to Chris his hopes that all the items he has collected throughout his life can be passed down to Chris and stored as an value. Breakthrough everyone had been hoping for finally came in 1989. According to family lore, 7-year-old Chris suddenly began speaking again while reading the package of a GoBots toy. For the first time in 6 years, the Chandler household heard their son's voice.
That's kind of crazy, though, dude. 7 years old, and he's reading
for being locked in a room.
He's reading.
He got locked in a room, and he went nonverbal until he was 7.
Well, fuck it.
Damn.
How about that? Do you want me to read this part? Or you want
I
to
can
read
go on.
Okay.
Elementary school hell. The return of Chris's speech coincided with new challenges as he entered formal education system. In 1990, he graduated from Greene County Primary School. Wait. Graduated primary? I guess yeah. So. At 10?
Yeah.
Greene County Primary School, and was preparing to transition to elementary school. There's a However, what should have been a celebratory milestone.
Primary school is, I think, until you're 7, is it not?
No.
Or like 8 or something? And then you do elementary school.
This is saying he graduated when he was 8. We went to elementary school when we were in 6.
In the U.S., they have...
Because it's different, yeah.
Primary school, elementary school, middle school.
High school.
Yeah. High school, college. It's fucking weird.
However, what should have been a celebratory milestone quickly became a nightmare that would define the family's relationship with the schooling institution. In 1991, 9-year-old Chris began 4th grade at Nathaniel Greene Elementary School, and almost immediately conflicts arose. According to Chris's later accounts, teachers and the school's principal subjected him to what can only be described as abuse. Chris claimed that faculty members pinned him down to the ground, holding his wrists in angles while recording his cries and screams. Whether this was intended as some misguided form of behavioral intervention or represented genuine malice remains unclear, but the impact on both Chris and his family were severe. Bob Chandler decided to fight the school system directly.
Mr. Beast!
What followed was a prolonged legal battle that consumed significant family resources and emotional energy. Bob filed a suit against the Greene County School Board, alleging that his son had suffered abuse and that the school system had failed its duty to protect or to provide appropriate education for special needs children. Frustrated with the ongoing situation and unwilling to subject Chris to continued trauma, Bob made the decision to remove his son from public school system entirely, and Chris spent the 1992 school year being homeschooled by his father, an arrangement that allowed for special attention to his son, further isolated him.
Sad boy, dude, being pinned to the ground and being filmed is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
The Leonard...
But I mean, like...
Yeah, go ahead.
That actually happened. The 90s.
They
had like a massive... Do you think they have like a massive ass Super 8 camera as they're filming it?
I don't think there is proof of it happening.
Maybe they pinned him down, but why would they film? Like, first off, filming someone back then makes no sense. What the fuck were they filming him with?
Film
You know how big
camera.
the VCRs were in 1990?
Something
They were fucking
crazy.
huge. It was like a fucking shoulder mounted
Yeah.
Super 8 camera. So, like, that doesn't make any sense, but maybe they did abuse him.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like autism looked at like not really as like a real thing back then.
It was just kind of seen as like you're weird.
Yeah, like this
I
guy's a
think.
weirdo. Let's tickle him and tackle him to the ground. The Leonard Bearstein encounter, December 1992. During this tumultuous period, an event occurred that would have lasting significance for Chris's sense of identity and purpose. In December 1992, while the family was dealing with the stress of the ongoing legal battle, 10-year-old Chris had an encounter that he would later describe as life-changing. Oh, yes. At the Regency Square shopping mall, he and his family came across the Leonard Bernstein show. Bernstein show. Bernstein show. A musical show featuring an animatronic bear voiced by an operator behind the set. When the bear asked Chris his name, he misheard him say his full name as Christopher and instead called him Christian. To most children, this would have been a minor forgettable interaction, but for Chris, already struggling with questions of identity and belonging, the moment took on profound spiritual significance. He interpreted the bear's mispronunciation as a divine sign, a message from God that he should embrace a new name. And
This is like some Marvel shit, bro. Wait, say that again? Christian.
wait,
Like,
Good,
that's
dude.
so dumb.
A message from God that he should embrace a new name and, by extension, a new sense of self. The family was sufficiently convinced by Chris's interpretation that they pursued a legal name change, officially transforming Christopher Weston Chandler into Christian Weston Chandler. In late 1993 or early 1994, the Richmond Times-Dispatch even published a puff piece article about his name change, titled "It took a talking bear to give the name a young boy loves." This article represents one of the first instances of Chris's life being documented in public media, the first of many, many more to come. You can, I think if you hit that link,
Yeah, I can see the thing.
Isn't that fucking retarded? Oh my god!
Dude, his haircut is fucking tragic. Is that him on the right?
I think so. Yeah. Christian Weston Chandler. That's amazing, dude. Where is it? Are you okay, dude? What's up?
This is bad, dude. This fucking...
What? Are you
I
excited?
don't know. At least this guy was like kind of fucked up.
He's pretty fucked up, dude. Just wait. He gets good. This is just the early years.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
This incident established a pattern that would persist throughout Chris's life: the tendency to find profound meaning in random external events and to allow these interpretations to drive major life decisions. The name change wasn't simply administrative. It represented Chris's first major step towards constructing a personal mythology in which he was the protagonist of a larger cosmic narrative. In other words, these were the beginning signs of the level his main character syndrome would reach. Bob had also received his second triple bypass surgery sometime in earlier 1992, a procedure that likely contributed to the family's stress levels and may have influenced their decision-making during this period. Barbara was approaching retirement from her position at Virginia Power, which would soon alter the family's financial situation and daily routines. My beautiful sir.
Richmond move and Sonic Discovery. Did he move to Richmond? Let's go.
Yes.
By 1993, the combination of the failed legal battle, Bob's health concerns, and the desire for a fresh start led the family to make a major change. They relocated from rural Ruckersville to the Richmond metropolitan area. Like, which Richmond?
Richmond,
Virginia.
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay.
Richmond. Locally,
where Chris
right
would begin
here.
attending Providence Middle School. The transition to Providence Middle School marked Chris's return to formal education after his year of homeschooling. Excuse me. Now, by calling himself his chosen name of Christian and armed with a hard-won speech capabilities, he was ready to engage with the world beyond his family's bubble. However, the patterns established during his early years, such as intense special interests, difficulty with social interaction, and tendency toward obsessive behavior, would continue to shape his experiences. During this period, like many other kids in the 90s, Chris encountered Sonic the Hedgehog for the first time.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. His first encounter of the Blue Hedgehog was via Sega Genesis demo at a game store in 1991. For most children, Sonic was simply another video game character. Let me zoom in, I'm fucking misreading this shit. But for Chris, however, Sonic represented something far more significant. A perfect fusion of speed, attitude, and distinctive visual design that captured his imagination completely. While other children might enjoy playing Sonic games and then move on to other activities, Chris became completely absorbed in the character's world and began drawing Sonic characters, creating stories, and incorporating Sonic imagery into school projects when he could. This obsession reached a significant milestone in autumn 1993 when Chris entered the Sonic the Hedgehog Watch and Win sweepstakes.
Yeah.
The contest, sponsored by Sega, included prizes like games, merchandise, toys, and the grand prize of $1,000. Shopping spree at KB Toys. For most participants, entering such a contest was casual activity, but for Chris it was a mission. Watching the show all week and writing down the code words that were put in the show. Chris was one of 2 lucky winners who won the shopping spree grand prize.
It's kind of crazy.
Chris's
though,
win
dude.
was even featured on the news. His first TV appearance.
Yeah, do you
His
want?
haircut's still ass.
Do you want to watch this? You want to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
the news segment? Yeah, let's see. I'll share this with you, and then I think I have to do. Dude, this is fucking. I love Christopher Weston Chandler.
We've got a little more for you, including what Sonic the Hedgehog means to a very special Charlottesville boy, and the significance goes way beyond a high score in videos. Finally tonight, Sonic the Hedgehog is running wildly in the Chandler household. It's nationally to receive $1,000 worth of Sega games and equipment. For his parents, it's just another example of how well he's doing. Christian is a high-functioning autistic child. This past fall, on his own initiative, he entered a contest based on a favorite cartoon character.
I had to do was exactly watch Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and I'd listen to what Sonic says at the end of it, and write it down for a whole week, and then I had to mail it in, and it has to be drawn out of a hat, and I just won.
And Christian's father says it only takes a few hours for him to master an electronic game and then move on to another.
Unbelievable.
$1,000 worth of Sega video games and equipment. Christian is autistic, but his entering the contest
Right.
completely of his
Yeah.
I think that this was like the butterfly effect inciting incident. I think like he would have become so fucked up if he.
Oh, dude, he would have fucking lost shit.
But I'm saying like do you think he like would have ended up in the same spot if he hadn't won this?
Oh,
I think if that guy had rummaged the hat a little bit more,
I definitely
it would have
think
changed everything.
I definitely think he still would have had roughly the same online presence, but I don't think he would like in himself be like, I am the chosen one. I don't think he would be like, I'm the chosen one.
He said that?
Well, he didn't like say that per se, but he was like, it's a sign. I have to change my name. It's a sign. I have to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I won. I have to continue.
That's part of his divine thing, I think.
Yeah.
The Chandler's exhausting legal battle reached its conclusion on June 28th, 1994, when the Virginia Court of Appeals issued a written decision dismissing the Chandler's case. The court's ruling effectively vindicated the school's position and left the family without legal recourse.
I got it. High school days. Chris started at Manchester High School, Manchester, in 1996 at the age of 14. These years at Manchester High were, according to Chris himself, among the happiest years of his life. He even became the water boy for the school's basketball team, later being promoted to manager. It was at one of these basketball games on the 13th of November 1996, where the critical turning point in Chris's life happened, and something which would define his cult status on the internet in later years. He was daydreaming about Sonic the Hedgehog. He was daydreaming about the Sonic the Hedgehog character, Mighty the Armadillo, when he was supposedly hit in the head by a stray basketball.
Look at this fucking loser.
According to Chris, this sparked some inspiration in him with an image of an orange hedgehog holding a basketball. He immediately drew this character. You can see it on the screen.
Yeah, I see it.
And thus, Bionic the Hedgehog, Sonic's long-lost brother, was born. This was Chris's first original Sonic the Hedgehog creation. Many years before the internet made it a common thing to do, and this was a sign of things to come in his future. And for anyone wondering, Bionic the Hedgehog was not a robot at all. Rather, Chris named him as such because Bionic rhymes with Sonic and starts with a B for basketball.
Why wasn't he called Bonic then?
It was so fucking awesome. Bionic because basketball and Sonic.
Bionic.
That's fucking amazing, dude. By 1997, Chris was starting to try his luck at getting a girlfriend. Okay, we've all been here, right, Blaine? Except for you, probably.
I'm gay.
Although he had some crushes at earlier points in his childhood, including Sarah Hammer, Tiffany Robinson, and
why are they saying their full names?
And Natasha Turner, because he has publicly said them. Yeah, these
imagine
ahead.
You look on Wikipedia and you find your name here, and it's like a full thing just because some random creep who raped his mom said he had a crush on you in like 1995.
97.
I have my own Wikipedia page? What the fuck?
What the fuck? Who
is that the weird kid who got hit by the basketball?
The weird kid that wrote Bionic the Hedgehog. These had not led to anything, though. Chris refers to these female friends he'd had throughout his childhood and teenage years as his gal pals, although he often developed crushes on them, meaning the lines between friendship and affection were often blurred in his mind. These were some of his first friendships generally, although as he was to learn later on, all was not as it seemed in his regard. For example, Sarah Hammer had been a friend of Chris's in his early childhood, as she was his next door neighbor. It is not, I gotta zoom in too. It is not known if Sarah actually cared about Chris in return. However, as certain stories from Chris paint a friendship that is more one-sided. For example, Sarah once tricked Chris into entering a crawl space in pursuit of Casper the Friendly Ghost, who she claimed was hiding under the house. So he was falling. He fell for the ruse and was locked in the crawl space. And she left.
Wait, 1997.
Yeah.
When was he born?
1982, yeah.
So he was 15.
Yeah, 15.
She said, Casper the Friendly Ghost is under my house.
Yeah.
And at 15, he's like, I gotta go get him.
Yeah. But dude, she fucking locked him in the crawl space and left.
At 15, I've been like,
hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, you believe.
At 15, you're like pretty much intelligent. You're like almost intelligent.
I believed in,
like, you think this guy believes in Santa when he was 15?
I still believe in Santa, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Santa car, Merry Christmas, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I definitely believe in Santa, yeah.
There was another particular story where Sarah tried to convince Chris to put a honeysuckle in his mouth, which is believed to be poisonous. Luckily for Chris, his parents caught him before he could do so.
What is believed to be poisonous mean? Just, is it not poison?
No, I don't think it's like entirely like you're gonna die kind of thing from it.
most honeysuckles are edible and safe, but their berries are mildly poisonous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I've seen these before. Yeah, those little red ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily for Chris, his parents caught him before he could do so, and he was warned of dangers of sucking the honeysuckles. One of his first crushes that he expressed feelings towards after around a year of pinning, a cheerleader named Laura Dorazio turned him down, stating that she only liked him as a friend. In another scenario, the school held a Valentine's Day matchup. Dude, if my school held a fucking Valentine's Day matchup event and no one matched with me, I think I would kill myself. I would go to school the next day.
Wait. I'm so confused. I'm looking at Laura Beth Dorazio's. Go to her page. Just on video.
Yeah.
Like show you going to her Wikipedia for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the bottom right. See how Laura as Chris perceived her?
Yeah.
It's just a body.
Yeah.
And then if you click the image, probably the only reason Chris liked Laura. What does that even fucking mean?
I don't know. I didn't make this fucking page. This is just his own Wikipedia. This is the Christian Weston Chandler wiki.
Oh my god, I thought we were actually on Wikipedia. This is like
no.
Chris Chan.
Yes. Yeah,
oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
Sonotube.com. This is literally like they're like his fans or whatever. Probably the only reason Chris liked Laura. She's a cheerleader and she's hot. In which Chris was paired up with another cheerleader, Molly Quarles. Quarles? How would you say that last name, Blaine?
Sorry, I think I read ahead by accident. Saw some crazy shit on this Wikipedia. This is some fucking insane shit. Okay. Wait,
don't read ahead, dude.
I didn't mean to.
How do you pronounce this last name? Molly Quarles?
Probably Quarles. Be Quarles.
In Chris's view, this pairing was the only matchup I felt was a good matchup at all back then. These were some of the beginning seeds of what Chris later infamously called his love quest. 1998 was a huge year, not just for Chris's future, but also for most of the children in the Western world. Of course, we're talking about Pokemon, which first aired in the United States in September of that year, shortly after the first games. Pokemon Red and Blue were released to the Western audience, with the trading card game also following soon after in December. Pokemon, of course, blew up immediately, sparking what became known as Pokemania in children everywhere. Chris was one of these millions who became obsessed with it, something which would later coincide with his obsession of Sonic the Hedgehog in following years and led to by far his most infamous creation, but more on that soon. Blaine, go ahead.
1998 was also the year that Chris recorded his first ever video titled Song of Christian.
Oh yeah, we have to watch this. Hold on, we have to listen to this.
Okay, let me just read through first. In the video, he recites a poem that he wrote for his English class, which he got an F for. He then goes on to break the poem down line by line before getting distracted and moving on to other topics. This is like a homeless guy outside like a 7-Eleven.
I don't know if there's a video. There's just a screenshot. I don't. This is just a link to the fucking wiki, but if you can find the actual. Oh no, here. So there's not a video. I don't. Oh no, there is. Song of Christian. Okay, it's 10 minutes long. We don't have to watch the whole thing. We can.
What the fuck? Okay, just play some of it.
Here. We can just read the poem. Here's.
No. I want to hear him say it.
Okay. Kristen Weston Chandler. All right, here it is. Can you hear that?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Christian Chandler Show. We get lots of laughs and all that neat old stuff. Now here he is, the host with the most, Christian Chandler. Good evening, friends, and welcome to the Christian Chandler Show. I am your host, Christian Chandler. Now tonight we are going to talk about poetry. Anyway, I'm going to do my poem now. So
Yep.
Here goes.
Go ahead.
I hear America singing as I sing of myself, and you experience as I experience. The problems of yourself are my problems. The youth of the young singing cries of happiness. The children's song, the song of laughter. At age
Why does he looks like a
I
supervillain.
sang the
Dude,
song.
this feels like a
in his
fucking
lair,
found
dude.
footage. Like of like, and these were the last moments of 15 young children. or something.
okay, wait, just play it.
Yeah,
Does this not sound like accurate?
That
Like,
1.5 years of age.
like in the background.
Yeah.
Parents' song. Again at age 7. I'm now 16 years old and
Wait.
at age 6 weeks I sang the song of laughter. Then at 1.5 years of age, the Lord clicked the mute button on me. Those are my parents' songs. They pulled me through the talk again at age 7. I'm now 16 years old and good talkative tune. Hope to achieve new goals and Mario Raceway records and to finish my homemade Nintendo
I just want to say, like,
So
I don't think I've ever had a teacher that would be mean enough to fail somebody like that.
yeah, that's
Like,
what
if
I
they're
mean.
just obviously like disabled, and you're like,
That's what I
"Can you
mean, like-
fail?" It's
like,
okay,
okay, what
this
the
kid can
hell?
barely speak. Like,
yeah.
that's fucked up on
Here,
the teacher's part. Be like, "Oh, you fail actually, so fuck you."
Let me read the actual poem if you guys can't hear what he's saying. I hear
I
America
don't even know what he
singing
said.
as I sing of myself, and you experience as I experience. The problems of yourself are my problems. The youth and the youth singing cries of happiness as you have sung the song of laughter. At age 6 weeks, I sang this song of laughter. Then at 1.5 years of age, the Lord put the mute button on me. Those are my parents' song. They pulled me through to talk again at age 7. I am now 16 years old and good at talking enough to help me achieve new goals and Mario Raceway records, and to finish my homework my homemade Nintendo Power magazine. The magazine's songs that the Ballad of Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Boy, the rudeness of the teenager's song, the despicable mention of rude words, and drugs. I am not afraid to speak, despite the hazardous flukes in America's song. My song that I sing, although I talk well, my peer relationship is low, and my loneliness is off the scale.
Like, you know when you just like tap auto-suggested words and like that's what this sounds. It just sounds like completely unrelated words, just like strung together. And I am of the scale of the death.
Do you want me to keep reading? I mean, do you want to read it?
Yeah, can you keep reading?
Where are you? As documented?
Yeah.
As documented and expressed quite openly by Chris, it was also around this time that he began his sexual exploration, claiming he figured out how to bypass his parents' TV parental controls and watch softcore pornography found in HBO movies. We've all fucking done that. Come on, right?
And I never watched softcore pornography from.
You never like watched a movie and you're like, oh my God, she looks so hot. I have to go back. I have to pause. I have to go back.
Oh yeah. I did that, but it wasn't like this guy's on his couch in like his living room,
Okay.
like rewinding and playing
Okay,
the movie
yeah,
over and over again.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. Although this fairly innocent and typical teenage curiosity is shared by many, his escalating sexual antics would sadly continue to be a public and recorded affair throughout his life, often becoming the target of countless online trolls, leading to several cringeworthy and awkward interactions. In 1999, Chris's real internet presence emerged as he began to make several Pokemon-themed websites. His PokeSite 2 website was launched on the 22nd of July 1999, which he notes was able to be developed following his HTML classes. Despite several Jesus Christ, bro, I can't speak. Despite several evident was mainly another passion piece of Chris to share and blog about his special interest in Pokemon. Dude, you like Pokemon too, don't you, Blaine?
Not really.
Oh, I don't like Pokemon.
They're cool. Like I'm not like super into it. Like me and Jordan will like unbox packs sometimes. Just be like,
I wanted to buy Pokemon packs like the other day.
It's not like a.
It's not like your life anymore.
I don't know many Pokemon though. Like I probably know the ones from like.
Well, like Charmander, Blastoise.
Yeah, obviously those ones.
Squirtle. Bob.
Vaporeon.
It secondarily became a launching pad for Chris to make online friends and engage socially, which more often than not was just Chris begging people to sign his guest book and brag about his accomplishments. What?
Fucking sad.
It's pretty sad, dude. But don't worry.
Dude, sign my book. Look at everything I've done. Sign my book.
Dude, look at me. Come on, sign my book. I don't have friends. It is pretty sad.
Chris's obsession with Pokemon not only extended onto his websites and news blogs, was also expressed with his illustrative hobbies. Chris began drawing and designing his own custom Pokemon cards with original characters, featuring them on his bedroom wall, legendarily known as the Wall of Originals.
Mm-hmm.
I want to point out this kid's like 17. As many of Chris's biographers have identified, many of these original cards are wildly overpowered with multiple complementary effects.
Oh, yes.
One notable character within the Wall of Originals, Chikachu, a female rendition of Pikachu, who can only deal damage when accompanied by a boyfriend. Another one is Plazistic, whose description on the card reads... Autistic, okay. The only Pokemon in the world with autism, it can disable its own attacks. What does that even mean? Like, he's just so retarded he can't even, like, attack?
I don't want to attack no more. Never getting into Sonichu territory, dude.
Autistic had a meltdown. He can't fight for the next 3 turns. That's not autism. Autism is like,
yeah. You're right. Do you want to do this part?
I can do this. College and the birth of Sonichu, 2000-2003. That's when we were born.
Yeah.
The new millennium brought a wealth of new technology to the masses, particularly the continued improvement to the internet experience and the early beginnings of internet virality and memes. Unfortunately for Chris, the 2000s was a decade where all the stars aligned in all the wrong ways for him. In 2000, we saw the birth of 2 central instigating moments that would go on to define the lore of Chris Chan. Embarking on his love quest after his commencement at community college, and the genesis of Chris's most outstanding and iconic character to date. Oh, that's sorry, I misread that. Whatever. In February of 2000, Chris turned 18 years old. His parents arranged a birthday party at his house where 4 of his gal pals, as well as another of their friends, were in attendance.
Dude, okay,
Chris is recounting.
Wait. So, hit the birthday party and look at the pictures from the birthday party.
How do you like, can you not, like, there's no gallery, you have to like zoom in on these?
You have to go like individually.
It was like just him and his parents.
Yes. Look at all the gifts, dude. Look at all the gifts.
I want to see him. I want to see his gal pals.
Oh yeah, where's his gal pals?
Mid. That's not crazy. Okay.
That's not crazy. I had gal
it was
pals too.
Relatively normal affair, with them eating pizza, drinking soft drinks, and with each of his gal pals giving him a gift. By all accounts, and careful assessment of the decades of Chris's memoirs, the consensus is that this day may have been the best day of Chris's life.
Dude, he literally wrote, he literally wrote, "I will never forget my 18th birthday party. It was the best of it was the best of the rest. The weekend before my real birthday, my mother and I prepared for the party I was going to host that day. We hung balloons and streamed."
This is just sad, like, bro. This is just sad.
And he's like,
"Of course,
what did Chris I wish for? I'm not telling."
Of course, Chris was unaware at the time that his gal pals came more so out of pity than any actual friendship. Yeah. In fact, it is heavily believed that Bob Chandler was likely paying the girls to be in attendance, and their friendship at school was believed to be an arrangement between Bob and the girls. Soon after, on March 17th, we arrive at one of the pinnacle moments of Chris's creative endeavors. Chris is tasked with a homework assignment on his computer graphics class, which required him to create his own CD cover.
That is fucking cool.
After learning that copyrighted characters were barred from being used, he used his creative ingenuity to bypass this restriction, merging the characteristics of both Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu into one character. He created the now legendary Sonichu. Dude, that shit's so ugly.
Look at that cover. It's so fucking cool. Christian's favorite hits. And favorite is more bold than the rest.
In Chris's own words, then it dawned on me that at that moment after lunch,
you have to make sure to
much
say,
like the random...
You have to make sure to say quote.
Yeah, this is in Christian's own words.
Oh, okay.
Then it dawned on me at that moment after lunch, much like the random creation of Bionic the Hedgehog during basketball practice in my freshman year, Sonichu just bursted out of my imagination. A blur at first, but then it all became more clear and came together very well. So, as swiftly as the creation of Bionic, I drew Sonichu on paper from imagination. Then I drew him on my currently open Photoshop program. After confirming that this was acceptable for the assignment and was dubbed an original character, Chris landed an A+. He got an A+ for that.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
A resounding success for him. From then onwards, Sonichu became synonymous with and inseparable from Chris's personality and identity.
After that, the year continued on, with Chris wrapping up his time at high school by taking his mother to prom with him. In May of that year...
No. Wait. What the fuck is this thing? He was in college a second ago.
No, it was high school.
It just said the commencement to his university.
Yeah, but it was... Okay, so...
Like the party before you go?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You're gonna go! Right.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was... Okay, yeah.
He graduated the following month, but the experience was not a pleasant one for him. According to Chris, the graduation ceremony consisted of special awards being given out to gifted students before moving on to handing out the diplomas. Chris felt that he should have been given an award for his efforts in the arts classes, and upon receiving nothing of the sort, instead he received his diploma without shaking anyone's hand or making any eye contact with anyone. Shortly after this,
this guy's just severely autistic. This is just sad.
He ran out of the building and cried heavily. He was consoled by his mother and by his gal pal, Tiffany. But the day left a permanent black mark on his psyche. He has spoken out about this day multiple times since then with varying emotions, largely anger, but more recently, he has looked back on it with sadness, seeing as he was, quote, leaving the best circle of friends he ever had, along with leaving the best days of his life behind. Does this make you want to cry?
After graduating, what?
Does this make you want to cry? This is sad.
No, this is just sad though. After graduating, Chris would enroll at Piedmont, Virginia Community College. Studying computer-aided drafting, but his primary focus was now firmly on Sonichu. Throughout the following months, he worked on creating the Sonichu website. Okay, I have to see this.
It's fucking awesome. Hold on. You can see
that looks like
little
fucking shit. Which eventually went online in October. He also created the first Sonichu medallion around this time, made from Crayola model magic.
Yeah.
This medallion became a staple of his outfit, with him rarely being seen without it from this moment. He also designed Rose Chu, the female companion for Sonichu, at the end of 2000, though Rose Chu is much more of a carbon copy of the actual Sonic character, Amy Rose, than a brand new character.
Look at that fucking medallion.
That shit is great.
Crayola?
By now, Chris's life was beginning to take a downward turn. He was starting to show signs of significant weight gain, as documented in his photos, and was losing contact with his high school friends as they started to move on with their lives. Nevertheless, Chris's first foray into the real world had to begin at some point, with him getting his first job at Wendy's in August of 2001. The job consisted of menial tasks, but even still, it only lasted a couple of months before he was fired. He claims this was due to the manager disliking him, though later on, more evidence came forward that it was likely due to depicting a coworker as an ugly Pokemon or doing a Donald Duck impression, which scared children to tears and led to complaints. 2002 was an uneventful year for Chris, all things considered. The only things of note included him turning 20, working on numerous original Pokemon cards, and perhaps most curiously, having a letter he wrote to Santa Claus,
Yeah.
which was published in the local newspaper.
I
What the
love this
fuck?
fucking letter. Do you want to read? Do you want to read the letter? So good.
Dear Santa Claus, he's 20.
Yeah,
How's everything at the North Pole? Are the reindeer, elves, and Mrs. Claus? Dude, this is just sad. This kid is so like messed up in the head. I have a few wishes for Christmas. First off, I would appreciate it if you would send special presents to each of the following friends and family members: Mom, Dad, and my cousins, her sister, Joey, Matthew, Jonathan, my aunts and uncles, my old friends Josh and Martinez, Billy Andes, and Tiffany Gowan. Yeah, this is just sad. As me, encloses a copy of the wish list I gave my mom. I would like an extra GameCube or Game BA game that my mom has already picked out. Give to me. Please help my family members and friends have a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Christian W. Chandler. P.S. Could you find a local friend for me or make my Pokemon Sonichu real for me?
Bro, it's so fucking sad. Can you find a local friend for me?
It's just bad,
Or-
dude. We're just making fun of like a bad, like a guy who's like down like his luck.
No. Just wait. Just you fucking wait.
The fact that someone published it in the newspaper is so wrong.
That is crazy.
Fast forwarding to 2003, Chris had a much more interesting year, and one which really started to show how his insulated life living with his elderly parents may have been contributing to his downward spiral. The year started with his 21st birthday being ruined by being kicked out of English class by his professor. At the time, Chris blamed it on discrimination against him having autism. However, later on admitted it was likely his own fault. Does it explain this?
I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Apparently,
The topic of homosexuality had come up in a group discussion. Chris made derogatory and inappropriate comments
wait, where you
and was
finding
promptly
this?
told to leave the classroom. This is on the Wikipedia link.
Oh yeah.
What exactly he said will forever remain a mystery, but given the circumstances, it must have been fairly severe. Given the professor was gay himself. Oh, it may have been that the professor was gay himself.
Yeah.
Okay. At the time, Chris blamed it on. Okay, yeah, blah blah blah. It was also this event, for unknown reasons, which first spawned the idea in Chris's mind that he should find a romantic partner, thus officially starting his infamous love quest.
Can you start a love quest? I
can't read anymore, dude. I need a little break.
Okay. I, Blaine Polishak, will start a love quest.
I just feel like this makes you feel bad, dude. Like,
here we go. In the meantime, Chris continued on his usual antics. He kept making more Pokemon cards and making gifts for his gal pals, all of which contained Sonichu in some form or another. It was also at this time that Chris wrote his first story featuring Sonichu, explaining how Sonichu and Rosechu were created and establishing them as romantic partners. The story was short, poorly written, and lacked the illustration that his Sonichu stories came to be known for. But this story sowed the seeds for what was to come for the character.
I'm running to the washroom real quick, but I can still hear you.
During the summer of 2003, Chris also got another job working as a salesperson for Cutco. The company was essentially a multi-level marketing was essentially a multi-level marketing business where Chris would have had to buy into the role, and it's unknown if he actually made any sales or money from it. Either way, he essentially lost his sales position a few months later, and that is the last job that Chris has ever held to date, 2003. In the loosest terms possible, he also put together an album in 2003 named Christian and the Hedgehog Boys. The album, recorded on a tape recorder, featured him singing over other people's songs with changed lyrics and song themes. There was no editing or production to these songs at all. He can be heard literally singing over the fully produced tracks from other.
I need to clarify. So he got fired from his last draw, which was a multi-level. How do you get fired from an MLM? You're that bad at like scamming people. Like
that was the last job you ever had. 2003, 23 years ago.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
That's
cool.
Such as the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, complete with their original vocals. Songs include "So Need a Cute Girl," sung over "I Want It That Way," which is the first reference to the term "virgin with rage," which became a significant factor of.
It's actually a hard, dude. That's hard. I need that on a T-shirt.
Virgin with rage
on a T-shirt.
It's kind of crazy. It became a significant factor of Chris Chan's personality. Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with rage. Tell me why I so need a cute girl my age. Tell me why I never want to hear you say I have a boyfriend.
My question is, why is he like you don't need to clarify that you're looking for a girl your age.
No. Well,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
by August of 2003, that's my birthday.
This guy would have accepted a girl that was older than him, but he was clarifying that he doesn't want to go younger.
Dude, look at that sign.
Like, that's
21 and single
awesome.
White male seeking a cute 18 to 21 single female and companion. If any men read this sign, mind your own business.
I would apply.
Dude, wait, 2003. How old is he? 21?
Was born in 82, so he's 21, yeah.
By August of 2003.
Okay, wait. It says 21 right there on the fucking page, you fucking dipshit.
I forgot. By August of 2003, Chris's love quest really began to ramp up. He had allegedly approached some girls around the campus of his community college earlier in the year, but was continually met with frustration as each girl he asked out told him they already had boyfriends. This was dubbed by Chris as the infinitely high boyfriend factor, in which he mathematically worked. This is some shit you would do. He mathematically worked out that he hates all of about 100 men on the planet because they all supposedly have girlfriends except him. Chris was truly pioneering the nice guy trope. I mathematically came to the decision that there is no.
I mean, this is the thing. The thought process makes sense because what these girls were doing were they're just saying that to like get rid of him.
Yeah.
But he believed them, and I'm guessing he was like, statistically, this makes no sense. Let me run the numbers in my fucking room. And he was like, so every single girl at this college has a boyfriend. That's a statistic in probability. It's impossible.
Fuck. I love him so much. He began putting up various attraction signs around the campus, all of which had the core message of 21-year-old single male seeking 18 to 21-year-old female. Chris also specified in these signs that he was after a white girl specifically, which to an autistic person may not have seemed like a problem, but obviously probably didn't come across as matter of fact that he would have imagined.
Well, nowadays I feel like that's less of a thing.
I guess so, yeah.
Like the world's become so like just brain rotted for dating. It's like I need a black girl who's 4'3" and has double D's or smaller.
And they're like, okay,
that, like
it's
like
that's fine.
Thing. Yeah, it's normal to have like really weird standards.
Chris's love quest began to catch the attention of authority figures on campus, including the community college dean, Mary Lee Walsh. For a time, she and Chris had a passive-aggressive battle where Mary Lee would take down the signs only for Chris to print more and plaster them all over the campus. In October, she ended up confronting Chris about the signs and allegedly tore one up in front of him. By early 2004, she ordered Chris to remove his Love Quest signs, to which Chris requested via email that he would only remove the signs if she let him distribute his Sonichu News Dash newsletters, which were effectively personal updates from Chris scattered with poetry and terrible dating advice. Can you imagine walking around, Blaine, walking around high school or college or whatever, handing out fucking Blaine weekly newsletters?
I already do that, dude.
Be like, so I played a couple games of Brawlhalla recently. Pretty fun. This is what you should do if you see a hot girl. Walk up to her, smack her ass, and say, "What's up, baby?"
My biggest shit this week was 3.5 pounds.
Every single week, imagine though. Like a weekly
I cried in my room
newsletter.
alone 3 times this week. What's crazy is like yeah, this guy's very autistic. Like it's sad,
Yeah.
and he does fucked up shit in the future. Like I know he's done really fucked up shit, but every person he interacts with are like the fucking devil.
Yeah.
Like you see the shit. This lady was in front of like there's this super autistic guy who like has no ability to communicate like with people, right?
Yeah.
Very like you heard like any video of him talking, it's immediately obvious that he's like not all there,
Yeah.
right?
And they're like,
He's fucking drawing Sonic characters at 22
ripping shit up
in
in
college.
front of him.
And in front of him, she rips his fucking poster he worked on to shreds. Like in front of him. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, everybody he's met is like awful people.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you for sure.
Like, it's not just him. Like, I everything he does, he just hits like the worst people ever. It's like, from what we've read. Like, they're just, all of his friends were paid off by his dad.
Yeah,
like,
literally, dude. Fucking, that's insane.
It's so bad, dude.
This was obviously rejected by the dean, and an in-person meeting held on February 9th between the two defected into Chris leaving in a tantrum, declaring war on the dean and becoming a fuel for Chris's creative fire, which was about to enter a renaissance.
Like, what do you think by like declaring? You think it means like?
No, he literally was like,
war.
yeah, he was like, this is war. He came
It's a
to
crazy picture.
Yeah. You want to take this one? I'm going to keep going.
Throughout 2004, Chris continued his usual antics of harassing women with his attraction signs and generating new comic strips and custom game cards. September, Chris reveals he had an altercation with a shopping mall security guard, likely because he refused to follow orders from the guard, leading to his first arrest. Although he did not need to go to jail, he was banned from returning to the mall. Okay. Wait. A shopping mall security guard cannot arrest people.
And I think it was
Maybe
like
the cops came?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. This altercation would then be fictionalized in comic strips, to which the security guard is depicted as the evil villain titled Jerk Op, a clever bend of jerk and cop.
Very clever, right? Dude, look at the fucking
Oh my god,
picture.
dude, that fucking
Jerk op.
With his love quests and misbehavior mounting, Chris was also suspended for 1 year from college by the dean. Now banned from campus and the mall, Chris began to blog about his state of depression and isolation, claiming his father was preparing to write to George W. Bush, the President of the United States, to take action on the injustice. To improve his luck, Chris also wrote a poem asking for a girlfriend for Christmas. Okay, we have to read this.
Yeah, this is a good one. You want to read it or do you want to read it?
I'm going to read it. I want a girlfriend for Christmas, now and forevermore. I want a girlfriend for Christmas, so I won't be lonely anymore. She should be 18 to 22, and she ought to be boyfriend free too.
That's a banger.
Why do all the jerks get all the pretty girls, leaving me with none to choose from? I want a girlfriend for Christmas to share my love. Oh, I want a girlfriend to Christmas to kiss under the mistletoe. That was actually the best thing he's done so far.
I think it's
that was not bad.
crazy.
Like I can see like an
she
incel
oughta-
nowadays writing
And
this.
she ought to be boyfriend free too. That's kind of crazy. That shit kind of his.
That's kind of dope. Like that's dope. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get with a girl who has a boyfriend. Like I'm not gonna like be a homewrecker. I'm on Chris's side for this one time.
Yeah, yes, and that's probably
In
all you're
2004,
gonna
Chris
get.
also received a psychiatric evaluation following the mall incident, which delves into his mental state, recommending that Chris receives further clinical treatment, including anger management, medication for his obsessive thought patterns, and social skill development. Yeah, that. Although this isn't clear, the Chandler family followed through with these recommendations. That's like the first good thing
Yeah.
I've read.
Yeah.
Yes, he needs help. Like,
Yeah, literally.
despite all these incidents, perhaps the most notable thing that happened for Chris across 2004 was that he properly combined two of his biggest interests, sonetry and drawing. Dude, he still draws like a 7-year-old.
Dude, I
For the
know
first time-
someone that owns this comic book. That I
would buy that
dude,
shit.
I literally held it in my hands and I was like
like-
reading through it. Yeah. It's kind
the
of
thing
sick.
that's dope is like, I could wear a sonetry chain, right?
Yeah.
And no one who's like cool would like know what it is.
Mhm.
Like only fellow computer science people will be like, oh, I get that reference.
Yeah.
Everyone else will be like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, I feel like I could actually like do that, like wear that around,
Yeah, you
and
should-
like no one would question it.
You should wear it every day. You should wear it every day to bed.
Yeah, I will. Actually, I've been drawing some custom characters recently. I think I should show you. Over the course of the year, he intermittently drew comic strips of his beloved characters, Sonichu and Rosechu. Chris himself also appears in the comics, and some dramatizations of his personal experiences also snuck their way into the early comics, including his love quest in introducing Mary Lee Walsh as the Jerk-Ops. And the Jerk-Ops as the villains of the upcoming comics. These small comic strips were eventually compiled into the first full issue of the Sonichu comic called Sonichu Zero, released in March of 2005. The eventual internet trolls... What? Oh, to the eventual internet trolls that Chris would later attract, these Sonichu comics are considered to be his magnum opus.
Yes.
A perfect amalgamation of all of Chris's quirks and delusions about the world. For example, Mary Lee Walsh became the core villain of the series for multiple issues, framed as Chris's arch nemesis trying to foil his love quest. The comics were incredibly important to Chris as well, and over the course of 2005, he was struck with so much inspiration that he completed a further 4 full issues.
Yeah. In 1 year.
An uncharacteristic spate of productivity for him. Okay, he drew 4 shitty comics in a year.
Yeah,
that's a comic. He drew one
though.
Comic. It took him 100 days to draw each of these fucking comics, pretty much.
Yeah, he's doing good. Yes, give him love, dude. He needs his love quest.
My mom teaches grade 7, and like that's like the level of draw. Like it's better than this.
This is good drawing though, isn't it? Go Sonichu, go out and zap.
Like, I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't think I could do much better. Like I'm bad at drawing.
I only draw stick.
But it's not my core interest. It's like that's like what this guy does.
This is so good.
And like, forgive me for being insensitive, but you would think that like an autistic guy that like hyperfixates on doing one thing would be good at that thing.
Yeah, I know.
Like every like like every person I think has autism that I meet or is like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Is like they're like super talented at something. Like when it's to the focus, it's like they're like crazy good at it. And this guy's like, oh, I draw, and then he shows you this.
I've been drawing for what, 20? How old will it be? 24? 23 years. I've been drawing for 23 years. Look at this.
No, he'll be 23 here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, so I've been...
To the event.
How long did he start drawing? Like when he was like 8, 9 years old?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The comics were incredibly important to Chris as well, and over the course of 2005 was when Chris first started attracting the attention of the first of many of these trolls. They would leave messages on Chris's website guest book with entries claiming to be written by hot models when they want to meet up, sending Chris on dead-end visits to various locations in expectings of finding a girlfriend. So he actually followed through on that. That's crazy. In February, I guess of 2006, because why would it be February of 2005? Okay. At the first independent eyewitness account of Chris.
2005.
That's like the first month.
Yeah.
Second month. The first independent eyewitness account of Chris in public was published by a blogger named Anna McLaren, entitled The Tale of the Crazy Pacer. Okay, I need to open this. The Tale of the Crazy Pacer. Okay, this is what that lady put on her blog post. Once upon a time, there was a guy who paced in front of an Abercrombie & Fitch. He'd come and do it for hours on end, just walking back and forth. He was an okay-looking guy, up for debate, not evil-looking like a creepy molester dude. So this is not a blogger, this is a random person. Yeah. So he would pace for this allotted time, then leave. Sometimes he paced, he would sing or shout. Nobody could really ever tell what he was saying. Oh yeah, he always wore the same shirt. A nice little long-sleeved red
Peter
blue number that had a gold crest on the left side and white collars and cuffs. Eventually, I guess he got bored of just pacing like that because he started to bring his Game Boy SP with him, and he had headphones hooked up to it, so he would pace like that all the time. His peak hours were between 2 and 4, and he left by 5. Then one day, he started pacing on the PacSun side. So he started pacing in front of our store. I think the people at Abercrombie were relieved because they were worried about the floor out front getting worn down.
What the fuck?
What is our floor made out of? Like fucking paper?
I don't know.
So this one day, on the day it started, we were doing floor set, and Lin noticed Crazy Pacer kept looking into PacSun. What is PacSun?
It's a store.
As he paced.
Store.
And she also noticed that he has a fair amount of junk in his trunk. You know what I mean? What the fuck is happening? Like, what is this story?
Like a diaper, I think.
And Star and I both noticed at the same time that his jeans were high water, and we all laughed at him. No. Actually, we were laughing with him. He just didn't know it. Okay, sure, buddy, you fucking asshole. And he wasn't laughing along. Okay, what? You don't... Dude, that's so fucked up. And this day, he was acting particularly crazy. He'd pace and pace, and then stop and shout something at the wall, and then keep pacing, and he also did some singing, even getting into the vibrato falsetto junks. It was hilarious. But anyways, I'm just going to summarize this because it's so long and garbage.
They theorized that they should down here.
They should wave at him the next time he looked in. Of course, he looked at, and we all waved. He kind of looked bewildered and sort of scared, but quickly caught on and waved back. And then he went back to pacing. He was sitting cross-legged on the floor outside PacSun, and then waved. I smiled and waved back. The smile wasn't to be friendly. It was because I thought it was hilarious he was sitting on the floor like that.
Good thing
Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
Good thing he couldn't tell the difference. I was kind of apprehensive about this. I mean, he'd been doing the floor set all day, whatever, and he came right up to the counter that I was standing behind, and he looks right at me, all fidgety and twitchy, and goes, "You look to be about 19 years old, right?" I busted out laughing because he guessed it right. And then I said, "That's exactly right," I affirmed. "See, I know these things. I can just tell how old someone is." "Oh? My name is Christian, but you can call me Chris. I'm Christian Weston Chandler." "Oh? Hi, Chris. So, do angels have names?" Probably.
Dude, this is like, but still isn't bad. This is just like, this guy's just really autistic, and that's actually a good line.
Do angels have names? That is kind of crazy.
That's a good line, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was pacing about. That he was thinking about the whole time he was pacing for the past 6 months.
Playing on his Game Boy SP. Probably, but I don't know. "Well, what's your name?" he asked. "Sorry, I don't go for pickup lines," I replied.
Okay, I want to see what this girl looks like, because this bitch is a fucking asshole. Anna McLaren, let's see.
His face kind of went, and he pressed on. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. I was just asking your name. So what is your name?" "Anna." "Oh, that's a very pretty name."
This is the bitch making fun of him.
Oh my god, fuck her. How about that? Christian Weston Chandler. I fucking love this guy.
Sorry, I don't go for pickup lines, actually.
"Oh, that's a very pretty name, and I like your hair. It's a very pretty color. My eyes are 2 different colors. One of them is green, and the other is blue. That's because I had pink eye a while back, and one of them stayed that way. What color are your eyes?" "Sometimes blue, sometimes green, and usually gray." "Oh, that's neat. It's funny how that happens, isn't it?" "Yeah. So, do you want to, go get some ice cream when you're off work?" "No, I just ate, and I'm still pretty full. Plus, I'm getting off soon." "Okay, well, Anna, is there any way I could get your phone number and maybe I could give you a call sometime?" No. No. "Ah, well, do you want my phone number then? You can call me on my cell phone." No, thanks, I said. He wasn't to be deterred. So do you have a boyfriend, Anna?" "No." "Oh. I'm not looking for one, though," I said. His face fell again, but this time I felt no pity. "All right," he said, fidgeting. "Well, do you have access to the internet?" I nodded.
Dude, this is so sad.
Hey, hold on.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, dude is so weird, and I was like,
he's just super autistic, and like they're just making fun of him. Like, these people are so insensitive. The fact that she posted this thinking it's like, oh my god, it's a funny story, like showing that I'm a cool person. It's like, no, it's like, so there's this autistic kid who asked me out, and I just made fun of him a bunch of times. I was called him a little fat fucking loser chud bitch, literally. And I spat on his face and kicked him in the nuts. Like, that's pretty much all how this reads.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
Like, for a guy this autistic, this is game.
Oh yeah, do angels have names?
I mean, obviously, if he said it in like the creepiest way possible, which it's not reading like he did, then maybe. But like, for a guy who has like no ability to talk to people, this is not bad.
Well, we've like heard him speak, so maybe she just didn't understand what he was saying. Names?
Maybe, but no. But she's writing in this. She's writing his quotes.
You're right.
And here's the thing, too. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't have that much experience with autistic people, right?
Right.
But like, even I know enough to that they're not gonna get stuff clearly. You kind of have to be pretty direct.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like kind of half-assing every answer to his questions.
I know.
So obviously he's gonna keep asking her if she wants to go out because he doesn't fucking understand the nuance of this conversation. Yeah. He's like, no, I don't have a boyfriend, but like I'm not really looking for one. Like that's not gonna go to his brain. This guy's like so autistic he can barely like fucking form a conversation. Like everyone this guy interacts with is just such an asshole so far.
Yeah, I know. It's like fucking holding him down, beating the shit out of him and filming him.
Dude, holding him down, beating the shit out of him. Everyone's making fun of him. The dean is like ripping up his shit in front of him like his art.
That's
even if it's creepy, like
crazy.
he didn't know that. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. That's fucked.
I think you're in the middle of the paragraph.
Yeah, his face fell again. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I nodded and went back to his spot.
No,
where
I
he
mean
kept his note bag.
The actual thing. It's like of course, in pursuit of a romantic partnership. Middle of the February one.
Okay, no, I have to finish this.
Okay,
just this part.
Yeah.
So Christian came back and handed me a card. So first off, she made fun of him with a friend, and then Christian came back and handed her a card with a crudely drawn Sonic the Hedgehog and another Sonic yellow-looking creature on it, along with his name, email address, and a website. It was a homemade business card.
That's awesome.
That's my email address, and you could just email me sometime. Okay, that's so wholesome. That's actually wholesome as fuck.
That's cute. That's sweet.
Like that's so cute. Any woman I know would be like, "Oh, that's so cute." Like this guy's trying, you know. Like this girl's like, "Look at this fucking fat chud loser." I'm gonna post a blog post about it.
5, maybe not, but like no, dude. Like 2005, they'd be like, "Fuck this weirdo."
No. This bitch is an asshole. Like even in 2005, most people, especially women, were like maybe guys, but like back then would have been like this. But most girls were like already like they're ahead of the curve with that kind of shit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like that's fucking crazy, dude. Okay. Where were we? Holy shit.
The account.
Here it is. So the blog, the blog how they spot, met, blah, blah, blah.
The account shows just how
summarizes
Chris.
Wait, what? Chris gave Anna his homemade business card, which had all the stuff on it. From that day on, Chris and Anna actually developed a friendship and retained infrequent contact for some years. In March 2005, Chris was approached by an IRL troll named Hannah, who asked Chris out for coffee. Ecstatic that his love quest had been completed, Chris attends the informal date, but was heartbroken after Anna revealed to him that the whole arrangement was a prank, leading to Chris theatrically screaming no at the top of his lungs in the middle of the mall, which resulted in him being banned for a second time. This is so fucked up. Dude, this kid is just like autistic and just getting fucked over, and they're like,
"Yeah, fuck you.
I'm pranking you.
Yeah,
you're banned." I can't imagine how bad, like, dude, that must have felt so bad for this kid.
For
I feel
sure,
bad for him.
Yeah.
In July of 2005, Chris was arrested at Target again for loitering and refusing to leave, and is charged with disorderly conduct and trespassing. The trauma of being physically restrained and crushed under the weight of the jerk-offs would go on to be dramatized in his comic strips. It is important to note that most of Chris's day-to-day ordeals and mishaps are then fictionalized in his online publications, which usually depict himself as a victim and others as perpetrators or villains. You want to go?
You want me to do it? Sure. Other minor things of note from 2005 include Chris entering his half-effort video pitch for an Adult Swim commercial contest, issuing his final news dash letter, and chatting with random women on MySpace, struggling to arrange dates, and misinterpreting casual conversations as expressions of interest. He was also kicked out of a McDonald's for solicitation due to using his attraction signs in their restaurant, resulting in Chris arguing with the managers, or managers as he calls them, and issuing them with "Curse ye ham has."
No, it's "Curse ye ham has." Like Kamehameha.
No. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, it's "Curse ye ham.
Yeah, cool. These are essentially Kamehameha. Okay, yeah. Wow, I just wrote that. So cool. Which Chris would occasionally do against enemies in a state of rage. He would yell out the syllables and do the motion in public, and he genuinely believed this would curse his victims. Supposedly performing these in his meeting with Mary Lee Walsh was part of the reason he was suspended from community college in 2004.
Odd.
It is now time to introduce Megan Schroeder. Schroeder.
I think it's Schroeder.
Schrodinger's cat.
Literally, it's spelled the same way.
Another pivotal character in the Chris Chan saga. Chris and Megan initially met in 2004 at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and struck up something of a friendship together. By the tail end of 2005, the two began emailing each other, with Megan occasionally asking Chris to buy things for her from eBay. Over this time, he had begun to view Megan as his latest sweetheart and started to obsess over her. He wrote her into his comics and repeatedly tried to ask her on dates. When the two would meet in person, Chris would force himself up her with hugs and attempted kisses. Upon her with hugs and attempted kisses. Despite Megan emailing Chris multiple times, trying to set boundaries and tell him he was making her uncomfortable. Sorry, I miswrote that.
That's fine, yeah.
Chris ultimately either misunderstood or straight up ignored her concerns. By 2006, he was starting to fall further into negative spirals. Aside from releasing 2 more issues of Sonichu, he was continuing to act clingy to Megan and making her uncomfortable. He also began purchasing large amounts of items from eBay, something which would ultimately lead to him falling into debt. After seeing the state of his bedroom full of collectibles and toys, and knowing that his parents also had tendencies for hoarding, it's not surprising that he would start to develop similar habits. Predominantly, the items he was buying were related to Sailor Moon, My Little Pony, and German World War II pictures. These focuses were likely due to Megan's interest in them, something which she called out Chris for at one point in her emails. This wasn't all Chris was buying, though. He also started to dabble in buying pornographic items and sex toys from AdamandEve.com, not sponsored, something which he would begin to do with increasing frequency in the following years. 2006 was also the year that Chris finally graduated from community college with a CADD degree, CAD degree. Although
computer-aided line.
Although this was an achievement for him, it carried the same downside as his high school graduation, in that his social interactions and social circle once again began to dwindle. Still, being unemployed and not retaining many friends meant that his interactions with real people became limited largely to card game events, and he became further detached from reality.
I'm confused. How did he get the degree? Like, everything I've seen of him, like,
yeah,
not that good. Maybe he's good at all those drawings are terrible.
Maybe
right?
this was like one of the accounts of like, we can't fail you kind of thing.
But CAD is a hard, like, unless I'm wrong about like what CAD software he's using, especially old CAD softwares are fucking hard to use. It's like a 3D blueprint maker pretty much on a computer. Like, that's a hard fucking thing. Like, I don't even understand that shit.
Autodesk Civil D3.
Yeah, like that's a proprietary one, I think. Like, you can do CAD in Fusion, I think, but it's hard. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Like, how the fuck is this guy capable of doing that if he's like, if his drawings still look like a 7-year-old? Unless he's really bad at his hyperfocus, which maybe he's just really not that artistic. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were just like, we can't fail this fucking guy.
Surprised that guy was able to pass that even. Okay.
You want me to read it, or do you want to keep going? Or do you want to go?
I can go. The internet discovers Chris, 2007-2008. First half of 2007 was relatively quiet for Chris. He continued emailing Megan, and he bought a PS3, as well as more and more sex toys. Okay. May marked the first truly eventful moment of the year for him, as he created his first YouTube channel and uploaded his first video, in which he fought Mary Lee Walsh in Soul Calibur 3 as himself with custom-created characters. Megan also spent the summer of 2007 in Kentucky, leaving in early June. Despite their continued email correspondence every few days, Chris missed her dearly. That was when he had an idea to try and finally win her over for good. Okay. In June 2007, Sony America announced a contest to promote the upcoming release of Parappa the Rapper. Parappa. Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. On PSP. Entrants would have to perform one of the raps from the game in a cappella. The grand prize, 2 Sony PSPs and a trip for 2 to Seattle for 3 days to attend PAX 2007. Dude, I don't want. Why would you go to Seattle? Chris's eyes, winning the competition would be the perfect opportunity to invite Megan on the trip. With her over and finally lose his virginity, he filmed his video in his bedroom at the end of the month and entered the competition.
We have to watch this video.
Okay.
Here.
Pull it up.
Pull
up that video, Jamie.
Jamie, pull it up. Definitely don't know if I can show that. I can try to show. I think I can show this actually. Fuck it. Here we go.
AP Station. My name is Christian Chandler. I live in Rocksville, Virginia. I have a PSP. I like the rap. I play with the rapper. I go with
Okay, can we just look at his bedroom just for a quick second here? This is hoarding at its actual finest. Where's his bed? Probably right over here.
It looks like an early AI generated image.
Yeah,
but like nothing was nothing was real. It was just like a bunch of shapes.
Where's like, okay, make out one object in this photo.
Yeah, like what's in this room? Like it just looks like colors and like lines. Like there's too much color.
Yeah.
Now, the only song I know is Master Onion, which I got from a demo I borrowed from my friend Megan. I have the PSP and she don't. So give me the PSP, I rap the rapper, so I can give one to her, and we can play it together. So here we go, we're gonna sing it now. Master Onion, a la mode. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want
I just feel bad watching this, dude. We're just making fun of an autistic guy.
All things that I teach you sure to beat ya. Over Everest and has to listen to the teacher now. Kick, kick, punch, punch, chop, chop, block, block. Once more, kick, kick, punch, punch, chop, chop, and block.
Damn, editing's crazy.
So get cocky. It's gonna get lucky. We got the
In 2007, this is actually pretty good, I think, editing.
No, duck.
Oh shit.
Duck. Yup. Yup. Turn.
You know what this reminds him? This looks like something Moist Critical would fucking record and upload nowadays.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Now listen carefully. Jump.
This guy's like surprisingly like kind of impressing me a lot of the time.
Yeah, this guy's fucking great, dude.
For how disabled he is, like he's doing a lot. Yeah. Okay. Surprisingly, Chris managed to get through to the top 10 of the competition, where it transitioned to a vote-based format. He then went on to ask numerous people for votes, including his gal pal Anna, his half-brother Cole. Stroke smells like it's burning.
It's fucking,
and a guidance counselor from his old community
Chris
college.
Chan in your dorm, dude. He's coming to get you.
Dude, if he set my building on fire, I literally would just die. Like, our fire alarm just doesn't work. It's gone off, dude, since I've been here, it's gone off 5 times for the entire building.
Holy shit.
I haven't evacuated one of those times. I've just stayed inside the room because I'm too fucking lazy. And it's been a false alarm every single time.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, I think everyone just doesn't trust it anymore, so they're just like going to die if it actually is. He also handed out flyers at the Game Place, gaming store that Chris would frequent to socialize and create ads websites. And to top it all off, he also voted for himself on numerous other fake accounts. Kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Ultimately, despite all his efforts, Chris lost the competition, which was instead won by Adam Stackhouse.
Crazy last name. That's
Chris was infuriated by this and became a complete man-child about it. Claimed vehemently that Adam had cheated by accompanying the song with music, despite the fact that he was beatboxing, which still counts as a cappella, and for featuring his sister in the video with him. Chris spoke angrily to various websites, emailed Sony about it, and then even went as far as to create a fake webpage declaring himself the winner. He also made a YouTube video in which he shot at a printout of Adam and his sister for a couple minutes with a toy gun.
You want to watch this?
It was
Dude, you don't like this guy? Here.
You get that fucking BB gun out of a cereal box? That's like the weakest, shittiest sounding fucking thing I've ever seen. Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Megan's reaction to all of this was to be expected. Seeing Chris overreacting about his loss and complaining to her about it made her lose her cool once again. In an email to Chris, she said, quote, "First, I'll start off by saying I'm glad you didn't win the contest because I have no interest in going on a trip alone with someone who can't keep his hands off me. I'm not your girlfriend and I never will be."
That's crazy.
Late October was when Chris really started to attract the attention of internet trolls online. He was photographed playing Pokemon at the game place and also got mentioned on a thread on the website Something Awful by a user who had seen him looking for a girlfriend at the library at the University of Virginia. Shortly afterwards, another thread was created on Something Awful titled Sonichu and his quest for a boyfriend-free girl. 4chan also began to take notice of Chris Chan around this time, with users discussing his comics, websites, and so on. Not long after that, a user by the name of Jason Kendrick Howell created a page on the satirical Wikipedia-style website Encyclopedia Dramatica in order to document Chris's antics. Chris discovered the ED page. I've been on the ED page. Dedicated to him almost immediately. Supposedly, he was most aggravated by the fact that the photo of him playing Pokemon had been added to the website. Chris initially attempted a peaceful route, posting a video calmly asking the page be edited to paint him in a better light. After just a few days, however, he resorted to more drastic and aggressive measures. He flew into a rage, attempting to edit the page or delete it altogether. There you go.
Around the same time, a 4chan user by the name of Evan compiled some fan art of Chris and sent them to him via email. Some of the images were harmless enough, though they still poked fun at Chris for the most part, whereas some of the others featured him and Sonichu in more graphic situations. Chris saw this email and replied to Evan, thanking him for sending fan art, but also being frustrated by the graphic art, clarifying that he is not gay and that he and Sonichu were not romantically involved. He then instead requested that Evan draw Sonichu and Rosechu having sex, as well as a picture of Rosechu masturbating and squirting. Quote, masturbating and squirting, end quote. Evan replied by drawing Rosechu with a massive penis, followed by more fan art from other 4chaners. Chris then reiterated, saying to draw Rosechu with a vagina because, quote, she never had a freaking pickle, end quote. Of course, Evan replied with another joke image. He was also sending screenshots of his emails with Chris on the ED page, thus further fueling the fire and feeding the trolls. Chris attempted to edit the ED page multiple times to present himself in a better light, but his efforts weren't working. On the 11th of November, he makes simultaneously one of the strangest and worst decisions he could have possibly made. He drew and uploaded multiple pornographic pictures and uploaded them to the ED page. Most of them contain characters from his Sonichu comics and various sexual positions. However, the two most concerning images were one of a naked Mary Lee Walsh as Chris portrayed her in his comics, and worst of all, an image of Chris fingering a girl and giving a thumbs up. Although the girl was initially speculated to be Crystal, Chris's fictional sister that he initially dreamed up in a Sonichu comic, Chris was quick to dispel those incestuous rumors by clarifying that the girl in the picture was in fact his close friend Megan.
Actually, my close friend Megan.
Jesus Christ. Incredibly, soon after Chris uploaded these images, another user actually removed them, but Chris re-added them, meaning that he made that terrible mistake twice. The fallout that came from this was immense for Chris. By March of 2008, Megan had found out about the sexual picture of her and emailed Chris, told him to remove it. Although he did try to, it was far too late, and he was unable to outdo the trolls who were putting them back onto the page. This was the last straw for Megan. She finally had enough and told Chris she was cutting off all ties with him. Chris was devastated by this, and 2008 only got worse for him as he was banned from his church and also his home away from home, the game place. His ban from the game place was for a myriad of reasons, such as hogging the TV in the store to play his video games for hours on end, entering the store's back room without permission, and just generally making other customers uncomfortable. But ultimately him having a shouting match with a young black child got him the boot. His half brother Cole also ended up cutting ties with him. All of these events of the last year or so created a level of isolation and alienation that was a new low for Chris. This wasn't all for 2008 either. Chris had been getting contacted by trolls posing as women wanting to date Chris since around 2007. In fact, one of these original trolls was Joshua Martinez, his childhood friend from speech therapy. But things were ramping up drastically now. His love quest also continued with a girl named Blanca, who he spent considerable time with talking online. Blanca was in fact a trio of trolls who were intent on getting Chris's prized Sonichu medallion.
This is a fucking like that sentence.
Yeah,
is out of like
a movie or
like
what?
like a J.J. Martin fucking book.
Yeah.
Blanca was a trio of trolls who were prized on getting Chris's prized Sonichu medallion. It's like a fake sentence.
Which they eventually got and destroyed on video.
Okay, we have to watch that. Is it on video? Do we have the video?
I think so, yeah. It should be... Hold on, let's see. Yeah, here's the video.
I see it.
You want me to share it with you?
Yeah, they're just brutalizing this poor autistic guy.
No! No.
Are they even damaging it?
No, this just made of fucking Crayola. Oh shit. Hey, let's go on. Abuse said items by utilizing victims' phobias. Pickles.
Yeah, so there's poor pickles all over.
Oh, they just burn it. Okay, cool. Here, let's get, where is this? That's not all they got from Chris though. Chris sent Blanca nudes of himself, including a video of him masturbating. We don't have a video of that, Blaine, sorry. These were, of course, leaked online.
Damn it!
They are leaked. I just didn't want to include them.
I'm not
sadly,
watching that.
Chris still failed to realize that Blanca was a troll and continued thinking they were still in a relationship. Despite the considerable stress this caused, it didn't stop him from working on more Sonichu comic strips.
So this is literally a guy, like, this is just an autistic kid guy who got like sexually assaulted pretty much because they posted his videos of
yeah.
a sexual assault and like brutalized and bullied and fucked up and bullied for like his entire life.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
like so far he hasn't really done anything that bad.
No.
Like, he's been
this is like this is the early years.
The worst he's done is not be able to understand cues with women and like what his role is, which is like, okay, he's also severely autistic.
Yeah, these are the
he's
early
really done
years
nothing to this point.
Yeah, these are the early years before the internet shit.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that.
So once the internet shit, that's like kind of, but like, yeah, I understand what you mean. It's like okay, you're fucking with a guy who's still like learning, I guess, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's fucking
Yeah.
2008 continued to get worse. More trolls began to swarm Chris's online profiles. More of his personal information was leaked and shared, including more nudes, family details, and unreleased videos. The public fascination with Chris and attention from online bullies reached an ultimate peak for the 2000s, as Chris continued to be a bottomless well of content, as his inability to understand the lines between public and private information as well as his gullible and impressionable nature, began to make him an easy target. Unfortunately, it was far from over yet. The Chris Chan saga only begins here. You can.
The Chris Chan saga only begins here. As we've seen so far, his life has had a lot of difficulties that he had yet to face as a child and young adult. That being said, a lot of those difficulties have been self-inflicted and only exacerbated by his own actions. This, combined with his tendency to overshare, lack of accountability, the rise of online virality in the mid to late 2000s, and the explosion of popularity of trolling in the late 2000s made a perfect storm that catapulted him into the spotlight and changed his life forever. And we've still got a lot of things to cover. In the next part of the series, we'll explore the organized trolling that began to coordinate itself around Chris and the antics that ensued. Part 1. What did you think of that? Did you enjoy yourself?
I don't know. It was just a lot of it. It was just like a lot of sad information.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much crazy stuff. Like,
yeah. This is just to kind of.
I'm surprised how detailed this is, though. Yeah. I never knew this was that. Like, I knew it was a deep lore internet thing, but I didn't realize it was this big.
Oh yeah, dude. It definitely goes deep. I'll tell you that. So this is part 1. We hope you enjoyed. Do you have anything else you want to say, Blaine? Like any final thoughts or anything like that?
I think that, like, if you see a guy who's like really autistic, you should do this. You should like bully him like this, because that way we can get another Chris Chan. No, like, I mean that, like, his kind of do have something tragic, like this, dude.
With
this is so tragic.
Boogie 2988. It's like you see someone struggling and fucking up, and then you would just make fun of him, and then he looks at you and he goes like, "Yeah, people like this. People like when I fuck up." So then he makes himself more retarded on purpose. That's like,
I feel like I understand what happened later in this guy's life a lot more. Like he was just like fucking just mess up in the head. Like,
yeah. So how much of this did you know?
I don't know any of this. I knew none of this. Nice. I knew he was like a weird kind of like autistic guy.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like a normal kind of personality. He had some disorder or disability, but other than that, like I didn't know like how deep like life went and how bad the fucking abuse was. Dude, he got abused by everybody.
He literally got fucked by everybody. Yeah, he got abused and like
this is like the start of like an anime where it's like so when the character is so like comically over abused and just like spit on by everyone. There's no way that'll ever happen. Or like in a bully movie when they're like, "Hey, fuck you, loser! You're a fucking pussy. Give me your lunch money." It's like that doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah,
like most people, like that's what I always think. But like this guy fucking getting the shit kicked out of him like forever.
This guy got he definitely got fucked over. I'll tell you that. But
yeah, Jesus Christ.
That is part 1 of the Chris Chan saga. We hope you enjoyed. I'm definitely down to do part 2 if you want to.
I'm down as well, yeah.
Hey, that'd be fucking awesome. This is a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you like, click that like button below. badtakestv.com to become a member, get early access to all the kind of stuff like this, merchandise. 15% off, 10% off, or 50% off. Can't remember. For members, 7-day free trial. If you like it, then you like it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. That's all I have to say. Blaine, do you have anything that you would like to say? My sweet little handsome man.
Nope. I've got nothing to say.
You got nothing, dude. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. This has been Bad Takes After Dark. So, bye-bye.